G'day everyone, this afternoon I'm going bait fishing on the Ovens River upstream of Wangaratta. G'day folks, this afternoon I've made my way to one of my favourite fishing spots for an impromptu bait fishing trip. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Now this bait fishing session was completely unplanned and I wish I had $1 for every time I come here on an unplanned fishing trip. Now before I tell you why I'm here, I've got two rods, both baited up with two juicy Jan Juc worms. This one's a paternoster rig, the other one's a running sinker rig. Quite a standard setup for me when I'm bait fishing. Now, quite often I come to this spot and say I've come here and I wasn't expecting to. Unplanned. The reason being it's a spot that I like and it often catches me a few fish or produces a few fish. But it's also on the way home. So quite often it's like a second chance draw. I've just been up on the Ovens River, upstream near Everton, fishing for a couple of hours and never had a touch. So I thought, well, rather than sit till dark, I might pack up and go to this reliable spot here on the way home and try and get my fishing fix serviced, I suppose, for want of a better word. So that's why I often end up here unplanned. This is Plan B. I should call this spot Plan B Creek. Bait fishing in Plan B Creek. Oh, I've already got a bite, look. Been a couple of minutes. Oh, how did I miss that? I thought I could have sworn that fish was on there then. I hadn't been here 5 minutes. I sat out on the river for 2 hours and didn't get a touch. This is why I come back. This is why I stop here on my way home from fishless trips. It's a lucky dip. That was encouraging, very encouraging. Never a bite. Whoa, that's got to be a carp, doesn't it? A bit like a cod, and I have caught cod here before. Am I filming? That wasn't a big bite. It could be a cod, you know. I've caught cod here before in the past. It's actually fighting a bit like a cod. I don't want to say that because it'll probably be a carp and make me look stupid. No, it's fighting too hard to be a cod. It's got to be a big old carpio. But what a bite. It is. Oh, that's a carp and it's hooked. It's actually not even all that big. It's just the line's wrapped around that top fin. Let's see if I can go under here. Just the first bite I had, only a couple of minutes after I got here, which was about half a minute after before this one, it was a bit of a nice sort of carpy looking bite and I missed it and I was surprised. Put the line back in and that one just went bang, just grabbed it and swam like a cod bite. Anyway, I've been here all of 5 minutes and I'm on the board. I'm on the board. I fished out on the Ovens River for 2 hours and did not get a single nibble. Awesome. I'm about to dong this carp on the head, but have a look at how clean and healthy it is. Hasn't got a single skin blemish on it, and it's very fat. It's just in really good shape. Not for much longer, but wow, what a healthy fish. Check this out. There's something pretty special about getting this is a brand new box of Jan Juc worms. Oh, there's 6 missing because I used 4 over on the river, 2 on each rod. Actually, there's 8 missing because I put 2 on each rod here as well. But look at that. It's like big, juicy red spaghetti. What do, I thread one on, so it's harder to pull off. If I've got a smaller one, which I sort of haven't because it's a brand new power, there's a little smaller one. I'll get that smaller one and I'll just thread that through a couple of times and that'll just give me a bit of an extra tail wagging around. One threaded and the other one, well, still threaded, but threaded differently. Well, Plan B Creek has delivered the goods. Oh yeah, delivering the goods. That's a Judas Priest song. I can see a big white horse walking around over there in the paddock. There's usually cows in that paddock. In one of my videos years ago, there was a Samba deer run across there. But that horse just reminded me of a conversation. There was 3 horses standing in a stable one night having a bit of a chat. The first horse says, you know, I'm such a good runner. I've won 8 out of my last 16 races. The second horse says, yeah, well, you think that's good. I've won 21 from the last 27 starts. The third one says, yeah, well, I've won 34 races from my last 44 starts. They were just bragging, you know. And anyway, then I looked over and in the corner of the stable there was a greyhound. Greyhound says, you all think you're so good. Well, I've won 78 out of my last 80 races. The horses all look stunned. They looked at each other shocked, and one of them says, "Wow, it's a talking greyhound." Got him. Is it a redfin? I reckon it might be, you know. It is a redfin. Oh, he got off. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 the redfin. I'm a bit disappointed because it had, I might just put my line straight back out. There's not a second to lose. I'm a bit disappointed because he looked a bit different, like an odd shape. And I caught one here a couple of years ago that was an odd shape. It was really, really fat, but not very long. That's super disappointing. I caught a carp 5 minutes after I got here. Then I told that hilarious joke about the horses. And then I thought, I'll cut it straight after the joke. I'll cut it. As soon as the joke's finished, I'll just cut to the next scene of me catching a fish. It's been nearly 2 hours since then. And I thought, I'm not going to catch a second fish. I finally hooked one. And I still didn't catch it. There it goes, getting another nibble on the worms. Come on, come on. I blew me last chance. He's just nibbling, he's nibbling. He's ready to strike. Got him. Not very big. Is it a redfin? If it's a redfin, it might be a nice one. If it doesn't get off. Is it the, I wonder if it's the same one that I lost before. Ha! I've caught a redfin. I'm not going to worry about keeping it now. I was going to keep one if I'd caught it earlier, but it's not big enough that I can just get fillets off it. I need at least 2 or 3 that size. Wouldn't keep it anyway. It's a very unhealthy looking redfin. It's got those red spots all over it that we've seen in other waterways. Yuck. I'm going to euthanize that fish. I'm not going to put that in there. That's... Oh well, I'll get a photo of it. Then I'll do something with it. I don't like the look of the red spots on that fish. I'm going to euthanize it and take it out of the system completely. Just before I start packing up, I want to answer a question that I know I'm going to get in the comments below this video. And that's regarding that red rash on that redfin. What is it? Now, redfin are prone to carrying a disease called EHN. I don't know a lot about it. I know it's got a real name about that long, a great big scientific name, but it's known by scientists as EHN, and it's meant to be a species-specific disease, meaning it runs rampant through redfin, but doesn't spread to other fish. I honestly don't know. I have read about it. I've done some reading. There's been a lot of tests conducted with EHN to see if it will spread from redfin to other native fish. And I know that there is the potential for it to spread to a couple of other species, particularly rainbow trout and Macquarie perch and rainbow trout and silver perch it might have been. But there's no evidence of it ever happening, so... But was that EHN? I don't know. There will be people that will tell you for sure that that was EHN, and there'll be people that will tell you with the exact same level of certainty that that wasn't EHN. Well, despite reading a lot about it, I don't think I've ever actually seen what EHN looks like. So I think you see a sick-looking redfin and the first thing you think of is, oh, it's EHN. But I honestly don't know. It might have been some other kind of fish dermatitis or something. I honestly don't know. It certainly had some kind of fungal or bacterial infection or something on it, or it was unhealthy, and it's laying over here in the grass now because I didn't want to put it back in just in case there is a potential for whatever it is to spread to other fish species. So I don't know for sure whether it's EHN. All I know is that it didn't look healthy and I didn't want to put it back in.